Hello, and welcome to another episode of David Rides a Trike. I'm David. I'm riding a Recumbent Trike. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I try to provide some motivation to people with chronic illnesses and disabilities to get outside, find some fun form of exercise, because doing so can be therapeutic and it turns out to be a lot of fun. Personally, I fall into both the chronically ill and disabled categories. I was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic when I was a year and a half old. I was technically cured of diabetes when I was 41 when I had a pancreas transplant. I've had 2 other transplants, 3 organ transplants in total. I've had stage 3 cancer. I'm legally blind and a whole bunch of other things. So yesterday I was out for a ride and I was thinking about how when I was a kid I could just hop on my bike and ride. Basically go from 0 to 14, 15, 16 miles an hour. Just pedal as hard as I could, as quickly as I could, and never gave it a second thought. Back then, I don't know that warming up was even terminology that was in my vocabulary. Hang on one moment, I'm going to adjust this filter a little bit now that we're in the sun. Sorry, lost you for a moment there. So yeah, warming up just wasn't a thing back then. And it remained that way for a long time. I remember riding in my 20s and never had to warm up. I could just get on my bike and go. Same for my 30s. 30, 40, 50, 60 miles, never give it a second thought. Nothing to it. I think it began to change in my 40s. Maybe a little. I had to get my muscles warmed up a little bit until they were feeling ready to go. And then in my 50s, my early and mid 50s, I wasn't riding. Too many illnesses to deal with at the time. And then when I started riding again back in 2013 when I got this trike, I was going on 58 and I suddenly noticed that, man, it takes a while for my muscles to warm up. And it's remained that way. Now, I know in the past I've mentioned a few times that I don't particularly wake up and feel like going for a ride. I have to force myself. And then once I'm out, relatively soon, anywhere from 100 yards up to maybe half a mile, I'm feeling way better. Now, that's really just a matter of clearing the cobwebs out of my head. It's not truly warming up physically. That's just getting in the right mental state of mind to go for a ride. Physically warming up, that's a whole different beast. And nearest I could figure takes me a good 8, 9, 10 miles, somewhere in that range, until my body feels like it's running like a finely tuned Swiss watch. I wish. But no, it takes me that long till I start to feel some fluidity. The muscles loosen. I don't feel the buildup of lactic acid from what normally, once I'm warmed up, wouldn't cause it. My breathing becomes more regular and more in sync with the exercise I'm doing. So yeah, it takes a good long time to truly get warmed up. And then when I get home, I know that stretching is a good thing. I've been involved in enough sports to know that you should stretch when you're done. And for quite a while, I was in a routine of doing it was called a restorative yoga routine. About 20 minutes of different stretches, basically. And that helped a lot. It made me feel better. The rest of that day, it kept my muscles a little looser. And then the next day or 2 days, whenever it was that I rode again, it wasn't quite as bad. Unfortunately, I got out of that routine. I think it started around the time I got a camera and started shooting videos and taking pictures on my rides, because I'd get home and want to see what I had shot. But I think I'm going to start I'm going to try to get back into that practice and see what kind of effect that has. So what about you guys? Do you find that you have to physically warm up? And if so, how long does it take you? Thank you. Looking forward to seeing your comments down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And I will see you on the next ride. Bye-bye.